Okay, this is today's agenda, and we'll be going to introduce introduction about Salesforce and how the normal applications and Salesforce will work. Okay, and then some how to create a developer account and working with some different records, how to operate the Salesforce, how to inserting the records, and see for every application. I will give the introduction later itself. So these are the concepts we are going to cover today. Okay, no need to worry, we'll go ahead once by one. Okay, let's say now if you open any application, okay, let's say if you type gmail.com, and here you can select any account, and then it gives your username and then password. So when you click on next, or it will ask password, and when you click on login, it's login into your Gmail account, right? That means that information should be stored somewhere else, right? Let's say I'm going to draw a picture on that. Sorry. Okay, let's say we have some types of thing. First, we have screen, right? Login screen. When you log in into that Gmail account, it means after entering the username and password, when you click on login, it should validate your username and password first, right? So that should be doing somewhere else, right? So that is called validating your information, right? And some business logic need to be provided. I mean, business logic nothing but whether username and password is correct or not, it has to validate it, right? And once this is validated, then it has to show that your information. It means it has to get your information and need to show that, like as whatever the emails are available in your Gmail account, right? So it means it is already stored somewhere else, right? Data we have to work. So wherever you go and whatever software application, whatever the website, right? So these are three are the most important, right? If you go to any Flipkart web page or Gmail web page, Google or Amazon, whatever it is. So if you go to any application, first one is user interface. The screen is called as user interface. Okay, when you work with that user interface, if you click on login or if you click on any link, it has to process your request and need to show that information. So the information should be stored somewhere else. That is called database. Okay, so here uh, commonly in in architecture level, what we can say that this screen is called as view. Okay, view is nothing but user interface. Okay, and wherever this validation is going on or your process is going on, that is called as controller. Okay, controller means so it is validating your business logic. What has to be done when you click on a button or when you click on a link or whatever it is. Okay, and again, once it works, then it has to deal with the data, right? So this is called, sorry, model. Okay, so model means the database where the data is storing. So here if you say that if you are working on a Word document, you are preparing that, you might be typing some information and might be storing that in somewhere else on desktop or different folder wherever it is. If you don't save it, when you restart the system, automatically that will be erased. It means the data will not be available. In the same case, when you work with your web page and when you store that information, it has to store somewhere else in the database. It is called model. So why we are saying this is, so if here the most web applications means whatever the application you are accessing from the website is called as web applications. Okay, so the web applications mostly works on this architecture, model view controller architecture. Okay, so this model view controller architecture means how the data has to be stored, how it has to be represented to the user, on how to validate that business logic. This is about model view controller architecture. Any questions on this? No? Okay, then. So just remind that why I'm saying that. I will let you know that later. No problem on that. Okay. So normally each and every application will be having this information, right? Without these three, there will be no application, right? Yes, there will be no web application. Okay. So in this case, view or controller, it means you are typing on the gmail.com on your web browser, right? It is sending some request to open that web page, right? Login page, right? So that process should be done somewhere else. That is called servers. Okay, that's called servers. Okay, servers. And uh, when this server is processing your request, it has to give that page or it has to process your credentials or something else. It has to interact with the database, right? So the data should be stored somewhere else, right? That is also one more server that's called, these controllers are called as app servers, like as application servers, and this data is stored somewhere else. These are called as the database servers. Okay, and when you click on login button, the credentials need to be validated, right? That should be, the credentials should be somewhere else, should be stored somewhere else, right? These are called some authentication management something, like as what we can say is IAM and IDM. So not exactly like that, but more servers are there. I'm just giving the example, etc. Okay, so these are the normal application web structure. Okay,
And Anji, what is that IAM idiom?
so this is different servers, Varun. So normally web applications which are developed in Java or .NET, these servers will be used to store the user credentials, like as username and password.
Okay,
Okay, so here we don't need anything, just explaining that.
okay,
Okay, so when you log in into that application from this server, okay, so that your credentials will be validated and this server process your request. Finally, from this server, the data will be shown to you. Okay, and let's say, yes, let's say uh, if any one of the server is failure, right? If any one of the server is failure, so let's say this server is failed. When you log in, when you give your exact credentials, like as valid credentials also, it throws error message, right? And if this server is failed, website doesn't open. And if this server is failed, the data will not be shown. And this is the risky in the normal web applications. Okay, it means the applications developed in the Java and .NET or something else. Okay, so to overcome this thing, there is a concept came into the picture is called cloud computing. Okay, so the cloud computing means, okay, cloud computing means, so whatever you have shown that, right, application server and database server and security servers, whatever it is, everything will be in different ways. So this means, let's say this is cloud, and here servers, app servers, security servers, and here database servers. Okay, so how we can use this, right? So these all servers will be provided services. So let's say in normal applications you have to buy all the servers, right? So let's say in your computer, if you are using Microsoft Word, you should buy the license from the Microsoft, right? And if you are using, or if you are developing your own application in the different platform like as Java, .NET or something else, you have to buy the database servers and then security servers as well as app servers and whatever it is required. Infrastructure is required, platform is required, whatever it is, everything is required. But in the cloud computing, you don't need to buy anything and you don't need to buy any software, hardware or infrastructure, platform, nothing. Everything will be provided through the cloud. How it works? Okay, let's say, so you are the end user, okay? You are the end user and now you want to develop a application. Okay, so in the traditional applications, you need to buy the licenses for the each and every software. Like say, if it is Java applications, you need to buy database servers, application servers, and everything you need to buy, and you need to pay the amount for that licenses. Okay, but in cloud computing, you don't need to pay anything. You need to pay for using that service. How it works? Okay, and let's say here I will explain the just difference between cloud computing and normal computing. I mean normal applications. Let's say you are the owner of one building. Okay. Let's say you have your own house. Okay. Here lot of rooms will be there, right? Let's say these are all the rooms in the home. Okay. You are the owner of this one. So for each and every uh, flat or for each and every room, you should be having power facility, water facility, and then whatever the furniture required, everything, right? If you are the owner of this building, if anything is failed in this any room, let's say for in some room there is no power supply, you have to take care. It means you have to spend amount and you need to do everything. But if it is a cloud, I mean, if it is a rented house, okay, if it is a rented house, owner will be there, right? Owner of that building, if anything problem arisen in the home itself, we just let them owner. Okay, so if anything there is any problem, what we'll do, we'll just directly go to him and we'll tell him, right? And whatever the problem rises, so he has to take care everything. But if it is your own house, you have to take care of every problem. This is the very simple difference between cloud computing and traditional applications. Okay, so now cloud computing means accessing the resources from internet itself. If you have a internet, okay, you just log in into that cloud computing application and use that, come out. How it works? Let's say if you are requiring a house to take for rent, you will just go there and stay there for some time, how long you need it, and for that time you just pay that amount as a rent and will stay there, right? If you don't want, you just come out and then you don't need to pay any rent or something else. But if it is your own house, then you have to pay, you have to take care of each and every maintenance. That is the just difference between the cloud computing and then. Okay, so the CRM applications are in the picture currently. CRM means customer relationship management. Okay. So this is how the web applications architecture will be there. When you log into the Gmail account, it goes to the web server and it validates it, application servers, database servers, data will be taken from the database, and then security servers, everything will be there. So if it's a cloud application, so this is the multi-tenancy architecture. So these are the homes, I mean flats available. So flat owner will be there. If you want to uh, get it for rent, you'll just pay and stay there. If you don't want, you just come out. Okay, and then, so what is cloud computing? Okay, cloud computing is a new form of internet based computing that provides the shared computer processing. So this is the CRM. What is CRM? Customer relationship management. Okay, so how it works for each and every business, customer is most important, right? Without customer there will be no business, right? So we have to find the customer first, right? If customers need to come to us, then they should know about our product. Let's say you have developed a fridge or uh, some fans or AC. Okay, you have to advertise them, right? First point, you have to advertise them through the website or through the TVs or whatever it is. You have to advertise them first. Then when they see that, they will come to us. Some of them will send an email, or some of them will call us, and some of them will directly come to us, right? And if they know about our product, if they are interested, then they will try to buy our product. Once they buy, then they will be our customers. Okay, so this whole process is called as customer relationship management. Okay, let's say you sold a product to a customer. Okay, then if there is any problem risen, okay, from the customer, what we have to do, we have to service them, we have to provide our service to them, right? So this whole process will called as customer relationship management. Okay, so the mostly each and every business will be having customers and customer relationship management. Okay, so in cloud computing, this Salesforce is one of the CRM based cloud computing application. And we can say, what is a Salesforce? Salesforce is a cloud based CRM application, okay, which provides us to maintain the customers and to manage the customers, to provide the services to the customers easily. Okay, Salesforce is already provided some of the applications like as sales, marketing, and service. Okay, let's say if any, for any organization, selling products is important. That's why they already built sales application. And marketing is most important. And one more important point. So that's why they have created marketing application also. And service. Once the product is sold, then we should provide some service to the customer. Then they have provided us service application. Okay, these are the application they have already provided, but what we can do with that, we can customize those applications according to our organization specific requirements. Let's say one user raised a case meant nothing but one problem. They have bought one product, like let's say AC cooler, AC or something cooler. If they raise a concern that this AC is not working properly, then we have to provide service to them, right? How to handle that? So if we take any mobile operators or something else, uh, you might be receiving some of the SMS. Let's say if any one of you is having any credit card, at the end of that month life cycle, the bill will be generated automatically. That will come to you. If you have any internet connection, the bill will be generated at the first day of the month or last day of the month automatically. So if this process in olden days, the automatic bill generation was not there, right? So that was taking too much time, right? So for each and every customer, they have to prepare the bill and they have to send the bill through the courier or through the whatever it is. Directly they have to go to there and they have to provide the bill and they have to collect the amount or something else, right? But nowadays, when these applications came into the picture through the internet, bill is automatically getting generated and it goes to the customer directly, right? No one needs to work on that. This is called automated process, right? So this Salesforce is providing lot of automated processes. Okay, that's why the development of application will take less time. Within less time, we can develop more applications. Okay, with this concept only, the Salesforce is in top now. Okay, so while coming to this history of Salesforce, Salesforce started in 1999 by Mark Benioff in March. 1999 March. Okay, so they started Salesforce in a small room. Okay, so their concept was they have to provide the services like as servers, database, everything through the internet. That was the concept. So they developed it from 2006 or 2007. It started booming, and from the 2010 it is in high position. Okay, so why the Salesforce is in this position currently? Because they are providing lot of automated process and later a lot of pre-built functionalities they have already given to us. Okay, so that's why it is in top now. Okay, so through the Salesforce, so just now we have discussed it, right? Model view controller. How this model view control will work in Salesforce, I will just let you know that. I will show that, no problem on that. And what type of benefits the Salesforce will provide us. So we can store the customer information, account planning, time management, team collaboration, accessibility. Okay, accessibility means wherever you go in the world, you can just log in into the website and access that application. There is no restriction. Okay, and then team collaboration means if some team is working on some request, they can talk to each other through the chatters. How it works, like as let's say we have a WhatsApp group, and if you chart anything, that will go to the entire team members, that group members, right? The same way this charter is also work. Time management, it means timely manner we can automate the business process, how the bills will be generated in this case. So no need to worry about it. And then account planning, how to handle that account and how to handle the customer, those type of informations. And customer information means like as how the customer will come into the Salesforce and this one. Okay. Okay, so this I will explain, no issues on that. Now we can come to know how to create a developer account with one. Okay, Salesforce has different editions. Okay, enterprise editions, performance editions, unlimited editions, and contact manager editions, group edition. Lot of editions are there. So how it works is, so let's say if you want a house for rent, how much you are paying, based on that they will provide the furniture and that, right? The same way here, the based on the requirement and based on the prices, we will get the services from the Salesforce. So you just go there and just try that editions of Salesforce. Okay, so you'll come to know that these are the editions: professional edition, enterprise editions, unlimited edition, and if you here click on this, so this will provide us a complete picture on that. What are the different editions are there? Okay, this thing. You just go through that and find that what are the different editions and everything. Okay, how to create a developer account. So if you want to learn Salesforce, and you should be having a developer account to practice and everything. Okay, so you can go to the developer.salesforce.com. This is the site where you have to create your account. Okay, developer.salesforce.com. Okay, so when you click on this sign up button, it opens this page. Here you have to give first name, last name, and then email address. So this role you can give whatever it is, but you can just give the developer, and company as your name. So whatever it is, known, it's just give any name, country, and then postal code, and then username. Okay. Once you enter, if you click on sign up, it goes to one more page. Okay, so one link will be sent to your email address. Whatever the email ID is given here, to this email, one link will be sent. If you click on that link, that redirects to reset your password. Once you reset that password, it will be taking you to some website. Okay, so when you reset your password, it opens the application like this. The web page will be like this. Okay, Salesforce currently is having normal website, it means web application, and they have built already mobile applications also. Okay, currently they have mobile applications. In future they are going to introduce artificial intelligence. In this current release they have already introduced it, so in few months that will come into the picture, artificial intelligence. So the artificial intelligence, how it works is, let's say if you log in into the Flipkart or website, it will give some suggestions. You have already viewed these products, so you like these products, you can buy this also. And if you say that if you are buying for a product, so under that it will show that if you can buy this one including these two products also, right? That is called as artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence means the application will behave like how human think. Okay, that will give some suggestions. Okay, the same way artificial intelligence will work. And here when you log in into this application, it shows like that. Don't worry and don't bother, you can click on this and click on switch to classic. Okay, so when you click on switch to classic, it opens this. This is the Salesforce application. Okay, so from here, these are all called as applications. Okay, so what is application? What is an application? Any idea? Anyone? Any idea on that? Here in Salesforce, these are the provided by the Salesforce applications. These are the applications provided by the Salesforce. Here marketing, service, and then app launcher. This some of them are right. So these are all the applications provided by the Salesforce. This my app and test, these are the applications created by me. So these are the my applications. But marketing, service, and sales. Okay, this is also an application, sales. So these are the applications provided by the Salesforce itself. What is an application? So an application is a set of functionalities which is having user interface components, okay, and database, okay, process, logic, and everything. So here we have already discussed about model view controller, right? Each and every application will be having this model, view, and controller. Three are mandatory. Okay, so this Salesforce is also follows the model, view, and controller architecture. Okay, so we mostly work on these three. Okay, let's say these are the applications, we can call them, and this entire thing, okay, is called as tab panel. Okay, if you want you can just write down these terms, that would be better. Okay, these are called as, this entire thing is called as tab panel. This here, if you see that orders, cases, contracts, forecast, all are there, right? These are called as tabs. Okay, these are called as applications, this is called as tab panel, and this names, opportunities, contacts, accounts, leads, opportunities, these are all called as tabs. What is a tab? A tab is a graphical representation, I mean graphical component. Let's say that a tab is a user interface component which is used to access the data and which is used to deal with the data, you can say that. If you click on any of these tabs, it shows the data here, and if you want to create any data you can click on new. Okay, so these tabs are there. Then where the data is storing here. Okay, data should be stored somewhere else, otherwise it won't be there, right? And where it is storing, there should be a database, right? Then how it is storing, in which format? Let's say if you are preparing a document and you are saving that, it will be in the Word format. If you are storing an Excel sheet, it should be in Excel format, right? Then how this data is storing into the database, in which format, right? It should be a table format. Okay, so then what is a table? What is a table? So let's say table means it should be a rows and columns, right? Let's say I'm preparing a student table. Okay, so here there should be some name, which type of data we are storing here, right? This is, let's say, serial number, name, and then group, or let's say course, and here address, phone, right? And let's say one. this is the table, right? So here we can say this table name is student. Let's say student table, right? And simply we can understand that. Okay, if you say that this is a student table, okay, so this should be having some name, right? Let's say student, right? And here this is the information, student information. Let's say the student number, name, course, address and phone, right? This is the mandatory thing. If you don't have anything, you can't recognize the data, right? So how we'd say, let's say one more sheet is there, you can say that this is staff info, student, or let's say lecturer. Okay, so these will be having some other fields, let's say serial number, name and qualification, uh, the experience, other details will be there, right? The same way in database, in Salesforce, how we deal with the data is, it is in the form of tables. Okay, in Salesforce, this sheet name is called as object. Just mind that table name is called as object, and these column names are called as fields, and the data is called as records. Okay, so here these are called as fields, these are called as records, and then entire table name is called as objects. Okay, okay, so I have the object called account. Okay, I just created my application, right? My account, I just created it. I didn't create any table, I didn't create any data, right? But even though these tables are already provided, it means here we can say that I will just say that table, I mean object, that you just understand that it's a table name. Okay, so what is a object? An object is a database table which stores organization specific data. Okay, so these are called as objects. Okay, these objects are already provided by the Salesforce. Okay, what are the objects are provided by the Salesforce? You can see that leads, accounts, contacts, opportunities, forecast, contracts, orders, cases, solutions, products, reports, dashboards, and whatever it is. See, let's say I have more than 10 or 15, I will be having lot of objects, right? For each and every object, we'll be having one tab. If you want to enter the data from UI, say, if you want to see all the tabs, you can click on this plus symbol here. These are all called as tabs. Okay, whatever the table name, here it is object, whatever the object you need to access the data or you need to enter the data, you can click on that name of the tab. Okay, let's say I have clicked on this opportunities. Okay, this is also one tab. Okay, so these leads, accounts, contacts, opportunities, cases, solutions, all these are the objects which are provided by the Salesforce. These objects are called as standard objects. Okay, whatever the objects are provided by the Salesforce, those objects are called as standard objects. It means in those standard objects, you can enter the data, you can delete the data. You don't need to create those type of objects. It means standard tables are provided. You don't need to create those standard tables. You just go and use that. Okay, this object you can just go there and access the information and create the information. Let's say I need to create a row of record. Let's say here this is one row, right? Okay, this one row, and here, so if we click on this tab, we can create these custom tabs also, so that we'll come to know that later. So when you click on this tab and click on new, okay, here these are all called as fields. Okay, nothing but these are the names of these thing. Let's say serial number, name, course, address, phone, right? The same columns are already provided by the Salesforce in the standard objects. These are called as here account name, account number, parent site, type, industry, issue date, phone number, fax, website. These are called as columns, like as the here we called fields. Okay, we have already discussed it, right? So these are called as fields. Column names are called as fields. Now I want to insert a data into that object. Now what I can do is I can just go to the tab, click on the tab, click on new, and enter the data. Let's say my is, okay. So whatever here it is in red color, right? These are the mandatory fields. Means without these fields, data will not be stored. Okay? And here you can enter whatever it is required. Fax number, website, and address. Okay? And description. When you are inserting a record, I mean when you are saving a record into database, you should enter all the mandatory information. It means which are the fields in the red color. Okay, when you click on save, record will be saved. Now this data is already stored in the database. Okay, now let's see, uh, account name is SFDC training 1. Okay, let's say if you want to see this data, if you want to see this data when you log in into this application, okay, when you log in into the Salesforce, this will be the home page. Okay, here it is saying that it home, the default landing page is this one. Now you want to see whatever the data you have already created. Okay, just go to your that table, it means object. On that object tab you can click on that and you directly click on here. Okay, if you want to filter these records, let's say you might be searching in the Flipkart or Amazon. This I just need the brand of Micromax or Samsung or whatever it is, right? That filtering condition here it is. Okay, so whatever the fields are there, right? The fields can be accessed here based on this condition: equals, not equals to, starts with, contains, does not contain. These are the filtering criteria. Okay, so you can just give and click on save. It shows the records which are filtered. Okay, so these are called as views, list views. Okay, so this is a view, and if you want to access that record, you can just click on that record. Now this is accessed. Okay, if you delete this one, let's say if you delete it, click on delete and it's deleted. Okay, and if you want to restore it from the, so in your system when you delete one record, it will be storing in the recycle bin. The same way here also we have recycle bin. Click on this recycle bin. So this is the record we have. So you can restore it, right? The same way you can undelete. Okay. Here we have empty your recycle bin, empty your organization's recycle bin. It means if you empty your recycle bin, whatever the data is created by you, those records will be getting deleted from the recycle bin. It means that cannot be restored. If you empty your organization's recycle bin, so this application will be used by multiple users, right? And the same way you might have deleted 4 records and some other guy has deleted 10 records. If you empty your organization's recycle bin, that deletes the data from the recycle bin, whole data completely. Whoever is deleted, whatever the data is available in the recycle bin, the whole data will be deleted. Let's say that here it is. No data is there. Okay. So if you want to restore it, click on recycle bin and just restore that. Okay. And here, so that data, whatever it is deleted, that will be stored in the recycle bin for 45 days. If it is exceeded, so let's from today, it calculates for 45 days. If it is 46th day, the data will automatically get deleted from the recycle bin. It can't be restored. Okay? Yes, there is a question. Here the question is, what happens if I delete other user record and click on the empty your recycle bin? Whether other user record is get deleted or not? Yes, it will be deleted. It means whatever you have deleted, it may be other user record or your record, that may be get deleted from the recycle bin. Okay? So till now, do you have any question? Okay. If you want to edit any data, go to the same tab and the tab you can find the data. So just click on that record link. So this is called as detail page. So whatever the object is there, let's say this is account and this is related to the account record. Now it's called as account detail. If you go to contact or lead, it shows that lead detail or contact detail. Okay. Now you can edit it and you can double click on this any one of that information. It allows to edit. And okay, so and you can just click on save. Account site or let's say account number. I've given this and click on save. Is one way, and one more way is you can click on edit button and it allows us to edit anything like that. Okay, and I can click on save. Understand? So what? Say if you observe that from the starting of this class also we are just talking about user interface and business logic and then database, right? Wherever you go with the database or any software, it deals with the data only, right? So here in Salesforce also the data is most important factor, and what we have to learn is how to deal with the data, how to insert the data, how to update the data. It means how to save, how to edit the data, how to delete it, when to delete it, who can delete it, what are the permissions we have to provide, and how the security we can provide to the data, right? Let's say in Flipkart you have ordered one product, you can only cancel that trick, right? Others cannot cancel, or website owners can cancel it. It means whoever the Flipkart owners, they can go there, and if the product is not there, then they can cancel it and they will let you know that because of this reason we have cancelled your order. And let's say you have ordered one product, I logged in into the web application of Flipkart. Can I cancel that record? Can I cancel that product? No. I should not be able to cancel others' products or others' orders, right? The same way of functionality or the same way of security, how we have to handle in the Salesforce, and how how flexible we can provide the user interface to the end users, that we can learn in the Salesforce. Nothing other than that. How you have entered the data and everything. Let's say if you are developing a normal application like as Java application or .NET application in other platforms, this web page we have to develop, this tab panel will be developed, and then tabs will be developed. When they click on this tab, it should redirect to this page, right? That is also they should develop it. Okay, each and everything the developers need to develop in other platforms, but here I just created this account and these are already available, right? When I click on this, it has shown this thing, and I can just click on new and will provide us a user interface to enter the data. How flexible Salesforce is. This is very much flexible. Let's say these are all standard objects. It means which are provided by the Salesforce itself, right? And these fields are also provided by the Salesforce itself, right? We have not created these fields, right? These are called as standard fields. The fields which are provided by the Salesforce are called as standard fields. Okay, the objects which are provided by the Salesforce are called as standard objects. The fields which are already provided by the Salesforce are called as standard fields. Okay, now these are okay. I just need to create table for my specific reasons. Let's say I have to create one table. Okay, so there might be a request, right? End users don't need to develop anything, but we are the developers, we have to develop it, right? So I need to create a table. It means here object, how to create it. So on your name or beside that, it's provide the setup. Okay, steps need to be noted down. Be careful on that. Click on setup. It means creating an object. Creating an object. How to create an object specific to store your organization specific data. Okay, let's say I'm giving an example. I need a student table. We have already created it, right? It means we have this table. Let's say I need to create the same way. Okay, you can go to setup. Once you click on this setup, okay, it opens this. Okay, so before that it will be like this home page. When you click on setup, the setup menu will be open. Under this, you can go to the build. Under build, create. Okay, under this create, we have called as objects. Till now we are talking about objects only, right? Okay, how to create an object. Setup, build, create. Under that create, we have objects. Click on that object, and now here it is saying that new custom object. Okay, so here what are custom objects? Are database tables that allows you to store data specific to your organization in Salesforce. Okay, now so the student table is not there. It means student object is not there in the Salesforce. It's not provided by the Salesforce. Now I'm going to create this object, right? So here click on new custom object, and here you can give the name like as student. Okay, so here it is asking all of the information. Student is the name. What is plural name for it? Students, right? And these are options, you just remember that. Okay, by default you can just make it checkbox check. Okay, each and everything. Let's say this I am not giving this. Last one, I'll explain you what it is. Okay, I'm just clicking on save. Okay, so here it is, deployment status should be deployed. Click on save. object is created. Okay, so now I need to enter the data into this, but do I have created any fields? No, right? What fields I have to create? Here it is: student number, name, course, address and phone. Right? Let's say these are the student. Okay, so I need to create the fields. The same way you can go to the setup, build, create under that objects, select any object, and here let's say already fields are there, some of the fields. Let's say here it is saying that standard fields. Just now we have discussed, right? The fields which are provided by the Salesforce, those fields are called as standard fields. Here, created by owner, student name, and then last modified by. So these are the fields already provided. These fields are called as standard fields. Now, one more field is already there, name, right? Let's say, so I have not created these fields, but it is already provided, so that I can call it as standard fields. Okay. Now I should enter some data. So I have a field called name, right? One field is already there. It means one column I can fill the data, right? Now I want to create the data. So if I want to create a data, I should have the tab, right? Without tab, I can't add it, right? From user interface, I cannot enter the data without a tab. Now I want to create a tab itself, right? So that is also go to setup and then build. Under create we can provide tabs. Okay, when you click on this tab, it opens like this. Okay, so these are custom object tabs, web tabs, visual force tabs, lightning, page tabs. Now we are dealing with the data tables, right? It means objects. Here whatever the objects created by the developer, those objects are called as custom objects. There are two types of objects, standard objects and custom objects. Standard objects means which are already provided by the Salesforce, and then custom objects means which are created by the developers or which are created by us. Those objects are called as custom objects. So we have created a custom object called as student, right? Now we have to create a tab. So now that's why it is saying that custom object tabs. Okay, now we want to deal with the data in the custom object, so that we are going to create a custom object tab. Now click on new, select the object student only, right? We have created, and then type any tab style. Okay, what is a tab style? Let's say if you click on the students, it is showing as a book, right? And one more way, if you click on contacts, it's showing this one, right? The same way we can select for the custom objects what we have to show, book, or these are already provided by the Salesforce itself. Okay, you can take anyone, don't worry about anything, you just click on next, next, next. Okay, it comes later, lot of steps are there, don't need to worry. Next, next and next, save. Okay, now see students tab is there, right? So when I click on this students tab, see here new data, I can enter it. Okay, I can enter and save it. Save. Okay, so let's say this name is already provided by Salesforce, so that it is called as standard field, right? This created by and last modified by owner is also provided by the Salesforce. That's why these are all called as standard fields. Okay, now I want to create a field in the student objects. Let's say phone number. Okay, now the same way, go to setup, under setup, build, create and objects. So there you have to select the object name, right? And another way is, you know that you should go to the objects, right? So you just directly, this is called quick find or search. Click on, just type objects. Okay, here entire the objects tabs will come here. I mean menus. You can click on this object, go to this object, and here custom fields and relationships. Custom fields means whichever the fields are created by the users or developers, those are called as custom fields. Okay, let's say I need to create a field, right? Just click on new. Here it is saying that the data type. What is a data type? No, I'm saying that what is data type? I need a just definition. Just reverse it. Data type, type of data. Yes, a data type means which type of data we are storing into that field is called data type. This definition will come in lot of places in Apex and here also. Just remind that data type means which type of data we are going to store into that variable or field is called as data type. Here we have lot of data types: auto number, formula, roll-up summary, lookup, relationship, master detail, external lookup, checkbox, currency, date, date time, email, geolocation, number, and everything. Phone, pick list, multi-select, everything. Okay. Now I need a phone number, right? Click on phone. Next. So here column name is, what is the column name? Phone, right? The same way you have to give is phone. Okay. The name of the column is called as field name. Okay. Phone I am giving. If you make it required, so the field will be changed into the red color. That means it's mandatory. Without giving a value into this field, you cannot save a record. Okay. Click on next. I'm just giving optional. Just go next, next, next. Save. And I need to create one more field called as address, right? New field, and it should be a text, right? Text or text area. Let's say text area means the box will come as. I'm giving text area. Let's say address. Next, back. I'm making it required. Okay, we'll show the differences. Save. Okay. Now let's say I'm going to open one tab. If I click on new, okay, see, we have created a field at a database level, but we have not developed any user interface, but it's already developed for us. When you create a field, that UI will develop and will give us. Okay, now I'm giving that. And if I try to save without providing the value, you must enter a value. It throws a message. Okay, here I'm giving Bangalore. Save. Now the data is stored. Okay, this one. And I need one more field called as course. Right? So course, there might be multiple courses. Right? So for that course, you can select any course, right? If you are going to any institute, if there are multiple courses are teaching, and you can go there and you can pick whatever the course you need it, right? It means the selection should be there. So that where we can go, directly go to the object, new fields, okay? And here there is one way to go to the object: setup, build, create, I mean objects, there you can just go there, or you can just on the quick find you can just click on, I mean type objects, go there. And another way is you can go to the tab or any record of that object. Here you can click on this view object. It also go to the object page. Three ways we can go to the objects. For standard objects you cannot go like that. Okay, you can go to that object phase for only custom objects. For standard objects like as accounts or contacts, that will show like that, view fields like that. But if you click on view object also, it goes to the fields page, nothing other than that, it just go that way. Okay, so because that is a standard object, right? So this is the custom object, you can go directly that. Now I'm going to create one more field called as courses, right? So what I need the type is I should be able to select one. It means values are already provided, I don't need to type, I just need to select. It means it should be a drop down. Here drop down is called as pick list. Okay, so for that pick list we should provide some values, right? So what are the values we need it? Let's say here course. Okay, I should enter the values, select the select option. First option is different, I will explain it later. Okay, let's say Java, SFDC, .NET. So these values, okay, now here it is Java is a 4 characters, right? The length of the value should not be more than 40 characters. Okay, it should not be more than 40 characters. And the value should be separated in the different lines. This is one value Java and I entered the SFDC next line. Okay, the same way you have to give the values. So in one pick list you can give up to 1000 values only. Okay, now I'm not giving any required. You can make use first value as default value. Okay, you just save it, I will explain it later one by one. Save. Let's say I'm editing this record, okay, for each and everywhere. So this field is already added, so that you can add it and save it. You can select it, right? And let's say here the same field I'm just editing it. Okay, you just leave it. So I will explain when another pick list will come into picture. Okay, so here, so the values are coming here and we can edit and select any value and click on save. The value will be stored. Okay, you should be careful on the limitations of these fields. Okay, one text value cannot exceed 255 characters, but pick lists, it should be having only 1000 values, not more than that. Okay, I'll give the material, and that material it's already explained everything, you just go through that. Okay, and one more thing, now I have different sports. Okay, in different sports I need to select. Let's say one student can play multiple games, right? I should allow them to select multiple, right? For that I have multi select. Okay, and remaining things you just practice that. Checkbox, you know that, checking, unchecking. And then currency means it's like as a number, but it adds the dollar symbol before the number. That's all, nothing other than that. And date time, I will explain one date and we can see that. Okay, multi-select. I am giving that sports. Here also I can give the same way, like as cricket, tennis, chess, badminton. Okay, how many of them you can give it. Okay, so here if you use this option, use first value as a default value, means if you check this, the first value cricket will be automatically selected when you are going to create or editing a record if there is no value. Okay, display values alphabetically, it means it shows so let's say cricket, tennis, chess, badminton, kabaddi, first badminton will come, right, in alphabetical order. Okay, so how many visible lines it is here? Okay, so you just remember this one. I'll explain that. Okay, here it is hockey, and tell me some more sports. Anything? Carom. Okay, enough. Let's say here I'm giving what I'm saying that visible lines should be four, not more than that. Okay, let's say click on next, next, and save. Save. Now I'm going to see that edit. So I have given that value. Visible lines should be four only. One, two, three, four. Right? So if you drag this, if you scroll down or scroll up, only four lines will be visible always. Right? If I say here, edit, visible lines are five. Save. Now click on edit and see five lines. Okay, but to make user to view that flexibility, we can make it maximum 10 or something else. Okay, there is no limitation, but we can make it. Okay, so we can create another type of data, like as you can check. So I'll give a task to you, create an employee object. Okay, and that employee object you can create all these type of fields, like as a text area, URL, and then pick list, multi-select, phone, percent, number. Leave about the geolocation. It's ask for the attitude, latitude, something else. Just remind. Email, date, time, date, currency, checkbox, and those things. Okay. So till now we have already discussed all about things, tabs and everything, but creating an app we have not tried it. We'll see that also, no issues on that. So for creating anything, go to setup, build, create, there you can find apps. Build, create, I'm sorry, create and then apps. Okay, so you can click on new. Okay, so here different types of applications will be there, but here console app, custom app. Console app means this is different. I'll explain later. You can just go ahead, custom app. Application name, let's say my app. Click on next. Description means you have to give any information like that. So here if you want to give any logo, you can give it. Okay. Then next. So what are the tabs need to be created? Okay. And let's say accounts, companies, cases, tabs. So what is the default landing tab? Default landing tab means whenever you log in into the application, which tab should be opened. That's called default landing tab. And click on next. Give the access to all these things. Save. Now, when I click on this one app, my app, this is landed on home. You can customize it also, no issues. Okay? Let's go to apps if you want and type here apps. This is my app. Edit. So these are the things. Instead of default landing tab, I'm giving on accounts. Okay? Click on save. Now when I select my app, it should go to the accounts page. Okay? Any questions on this till now? No? Okay. So this is the class for today, and we have covered all the topics whatever we have in the agenda. Okay?